So the market has hit mass panic mode. Ethereum is pretty much back to where it was before we got the ETF news. Bitcoin just broke 67, 57, 67 or 57. What did it just break? 57. It just broke it. And we may have an over $2 billion buy coming in, but I don't want to flood you with too much hopium. Let's discuss exactly what is going on right now in real time. So we have Bitcoin right now breaking down a massive red candle on this week. Now, it's my belief that the bear case is playing out right now, and we are trying to shake out as many people in the market as possible. If you watched my video earlier today, you know that the way I'm looking at this, the way I'm looking at this is simple. It's a shakeout. This will return to normal. We will bounce back and we will get higher eventually. But we need to shake out as many people in the market. Now, there is reason for this happening, okay, guys? First of all, Mt. Gox has sent 3 test transactions as they prepare to start returning Bitcoin to users. One thing about this you have to remember is this may not be, 1, all at once, and 2, actual loads of sales coming into the market. People may hold it. People may slowly take profits. They may not want to be dumping the money onto the market while it's red. They may be waiting for euphoria. We'll have to wait to see what happens with that. It's kind of up in the air. But as I've been saying on the channel, the news of these actions is normally far greater on impact for price than the actual thing themselves. All right. So we got Mt. Gox. This is one of the big worries. We have another one though, guys. We have the German government. Okay. Right now, they are about 1/5 of their way through Bitcoin sales. 3,000 Bitcoin, 171 million moved to exchanges in the last hour. Now, 171 million or 3,000 Bitcoin really isn't that much. But again, the news of this is panicking the market. And as we go down, we are liquidating these long positions. We are also panicking the market. We are also hitting stop losses, and retail and anyone else, including the ETFs, are just selling because they're panicked. And that's fair enough. That's something that happens in this market. For me personally, I'm just sitting on my hands right now. I'm loading up a little bit here. I'm buying some Bitcoin, buying some Ethereum, that sort of thing. And I'm just staying relaxed in the market. Now, this might not be the way for you guys to do it. This is how I've done it every other time we've hit this mass panic mode. Now, if we look at the crypto greed and fear index, right now we're in fear. We're actually, in my opinion, in extreme fear. Extreme fear. It's just because Bitcoin isn't actually down that much. This indicator really isn't taking into the entire market. Now, again, I remind you guys, every time we reach fear and extreme fear, we do eventually break back upwards. And it turns out that every time in extreme fear, it has been a great opportunity to buy. Now, you might be saying, well, I could have bought in extreme fear and then the price went down. Well, actually, if the price sits at $57,000 right now, there is actually only a very brief period in history that it was over that price. So we had 84 days back in 21. We had 49 days at the end of 21. And then we had about another 126 days. So it's a very small time in the history of Bitcoin that if you bought in extreme fear, you wouldn't actually still be in profit right now to this day, to this second. Now, the same cannot be said about altcoins. That's why you have to be very picky with the altcoins that you choose to invest in, okay? Everything across the board is essentially way worse right now than Bitcoin, okay? So Bitcoin stays in this space in my head that if in extreme fear I am buying, 9 times out of 10, it's a great opportunity. When the market gets euphoric again, I can always just take profits if I want to, or I can simply hold. For me personally, I'm holding because I believe Bitcoin is going to go way higher than it is right now, but that is up to you guys, right? Every other time in history, even here, all right? So here we're in euphoria, and then we would have fallen into extreme fear. You may have bought this dip here thinking it was over, right? At $32,000. Then you got this euphoric pump up to $46,000, but then we continued to the downside. A further 67% dump from there. But let's say you did buy this dip here. The drop from that dip was actually 54%. But guys, again, I tell you, if you had a bought here in this bit and then you waited until even today in mass panic, you'd still be up 66%. That might not seem like a lot to you if you are a crypto degen, but if you compare that to the real world markets, right? This has been 889 days, so like 3 years. 66% return is about 20% each year, a little bit more than that, and that is a very good return. You beat all of the other markets essentially, right? The S&P 500, and you beat long-term investors like Warren Buffett or simply buying the S&P 500 from just buying Bitcoin, even though it dropped a further 50%. How do we make even more money when that happens? The 50% drop, you keep buying, right? You keep buying down here. This is what I do, and it is not financial advice because I do it with money that I can afford to lose. I don't know what you guys can afford to lose, but every other time in history I've done this, it has paid off in spades, right? It's paid off every single time. So right now, on a technical level, I am now watching this region. I am still bullish, right? I'm still bullish on this market. I am yet to flip bearish. In fact, on Bitcoin, it takes me a long time to flip bearish, so I may be too late. But I think we will bounce. I think we will come down here. I think we will wick again lower than this point because people are now going to be watching this. I think we'll liquidate everyone and then we'll start to rally up. This is what I think will happen. Will it happen? I don't know. We could go a hell of a lot lower, down to 46, down to 36, down to 33. In fact, if we have the exact same pullback as we had in the last bull run, we are looking at right there at 32,000. That would be the same pullback. It could be less, it could be worse. But again, in history, if I buy in extreme fear, it tends to pay off very well when it comes to Bitcoin. Same can be said really about Ethereum over time. Same can probably be said about Solana, but we have a lot less data to play with. So it's totally up to you what you decide that you want to dollar cost average into. Now, for me, I'm trading this market. I'm trying to catch the bounces. If I catch them, happy days. If I don't, my stop loss gets hit. It's fine. On platforms like BTCC, I told you this morning that I'm trading with my free balance. I have an absolutely free balance that I can trade with here because I deposited some money. They gave me some bonus. I'm trading with my bonus here because I don't want to get absolutely wrecked with my main big bag here. So I'm just trying to catch the bounce with small amounts of money, hoping that eventually this turns around. So if you guys want to do the same thing, there's a link down there to BTCC. You guys can sign up. You can get 10% deposit bonus on your first deposit, and there's no KYC and no VPN required at all. So you can sign up from anywhere that you are in the world. With that said, guys, we do have something interesting. Tron founder Justin Sun offers to buy all of the Bitcoin from the German government. They currently hold $2.3 billion in Bitcoin. He offered to negotiate with the German government to purchase all Bitcoin off market in order to minimize the impact on the market. So if the government gave one shit about anyone, they would do this. Now, this is the German government, the English government, the American government. They're all the same, right? They don't actually give a shit about anyone. If they did, we would see this transaction go through. Let's wait to see if they give a shit about anyone. We also have an interesting thing playing out here. The bear trap, right? This is what the bulls will tell you is happening. So we have accumulation, trend emergence, building momentum, first sentiment extreme. Our extreme was the meme coins. It was extreme, guys. It was a local top. The hype from the Bitcoin ETF led into absolute euphoria with meme coins. We saw it plain as day. Right? We made tons of profit. Hopefully you guys took some profits. And now we are simply in a bear trap. If this is what happens next, right? Renewed optimism, FOMO, euphoria. If this is what happens next. So if this is what happens next, and we are just in a bull trap, remember the feeling that you have today. So when we get into renewed optimism, or maybe even FOMO, you start to ladder out of your positions. That's how we make money in this market. That's what I do. That's how I make money in this market. Again, you guys are perfectly willing to do whatever it is you want to do. I did it with Solana in the last bull run. I didn't time the top perfectly, but I got out way higher than the majority who just held their bags all the way down. So it's very simple. That's what I do. That gives me more money to then reinvest in the bear market or in these extreme fear periods that we're in right now, in this second, right? Right now. So Mt. Gox, German government, potential bear trap, and of course, Justin Sun coming to negotiate to buy Bitcoin. Will he come in and save the day, or are we going to go down to zero? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. I would keep a careful eye here on the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Also check out here the altcoin season index. We are very clearly in a Bitcoin season here, but look, we may actually be breaking out from the lows. So this could be the turning factor. And then there is one last chart that you can look at to figure out what's happening is the Bitcoin dominance. So on the weekly chart, we have broken down from the support. So this could still be a good opportunity now. Alts are decimated. This could be a great opportunity for dollar cost averaging. Again, please only use money you can afford to lose. But if we look at the Bitcoin exchange liquidation map, guys, we have almost $13 billion, right, of wrecked short positions. Almost no one in this market, barely anyone, is now longing. Everyone is short. So if we hit a price of just above 70,000, which is not even the all-time high, right? If we hit that, 13 billion. So it is now in the benefit of the whales and the manipulators to push the market upwards. Will it happen? We'll have to just wait and see. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. Hopefully I've provided you with a little bit of value, or at least insight into the way I see the market. If you do fancy sticking around, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.